Hey y'all, this is Anna Alexander. Welcome back to my bedroom on this momentous Days of Days. I think it's it, for reals. It is the series finale to Yellowstone. It's an hour and a half long. There has been no more episodes, I'm pretty sure. This is it. Although we are going to get a 1923. But this group of people, we're at the end of the story. Which means all bets are off. Anybody can go at any time. The only prediction I'm going to make is that somehow the land comes back to Thomas. And that's based on what Graham Greene said in the 1883 when he gave James Dutton the land. You may work this land, but in 7 generations, something like that, it must come back to me. So I'm guessing it's going to come back to Thomas. Especially since we've only had really 3 scenes of him so far in this last section. And 2 of those scenes were him standing on the lake going, "This isn't good, Mo. This isn't good." Thomas has got to come into play somehow. Unless they're going to do him dirty. He's been here the whole time. We can't do him dirty. But I think I'm ready to get to it. And I'm so glad that you are all here with me for this adventure. Especially if you've been here with me from the beginning. It's been a trip and a half. So while we get cozy comfy blanket, I'm drinking, and I may regret it, in honor of our girl Beth. I got a Tito's and lime. I do not drink vodka straight up, but it's Tito's. I will do Moscow mules until the cows come home, but straight up slancha. And I did not awaken my palate first. Smooth. No, it's okay. It's fine. So let me know what you're drinking. Let me know where you are. Also, please remember, you can watch this full hour and a half epic episode with me on Patreon. Ooh, as the show tries to start without me. I would love to see you there. So, gird your loins all and let's get to it. This is Mo. It's Mo. Nefarious deeds are going to be done. They are prepared for battle. So all these people rode in from where? So where do you hide this pipe? Oh, in the lake? I would think you want it in a place that's not easy to recover it from. That's the plan.
Did I see Jake's on Instagram now? Did you see that? I don't know how he's going to manage both of his followers.
I'm one of them.
We're outside, and there's this old boy, and he's very drunk. And he sees us, and he throws his keys as hard as he can, hits Rip in the chest. And Rip looks at him and says, "Son, you would think there were 10 of me." And so he grabs his keys, and off he goes. We hop in our truck and leave. And Ryan looks at him and goes, "Rip, where did you hear that? That's the funniest thing I ever heard." And Rip says, "Yeah, it wasn't funny first time I heard it."
I can't ever get you to a bar. But you've been to every bar in the fucking state.
Hold on a second. I've taken you to 2 bars, and I'm 0 for 2 getting your ass some. Don't start with me now.
That's true. Someone ends up in jail.
Might be heading your way soon, amigo.
Yeah, you found that outfit?
Yeah, it's called My Complete Camper. He's gonna babysit me on the rodeo, sir.
Ah.
You need anything, you holler, right?
Thanks.
I need a cargo jet size amount of money. Please. And thank you. Oh, they're all going their separate ways now.
I could use the work.
Yeah, why is that? What's wrong with here?
Too many memories.
Why don't you ask Jimmy what working for me is like, so you know what you're getting into, all right?
What's working for that asshole like?
It's a hell that has to be experienced to be fully comprehended.
I lay down and wake.
All right. Now go
Oh,
buy an audio book and learn how to speak fucking English, because I don't talk hillbilly and I ain't trying to fucking learn. Go.
see you in a week. Oh, the gang is breaking up. The gang's breaking up.
Looks like I'm headed Texas.
Yeah?
What about you?
I'm gonna stop wasting time.
Well, that ain't a trick.
So you gonna go find, what's her name? Lainey?
Runs 600 pairs, irrigated hay meadows,
She gonna buy another ranch?
Where is it?
40 miles west of Dillon. Over 2 hours from an airport. Not a fucking ski resort in sight.
Is Dylan? Wyoming?
You're not gonna get rich, but you can pay the bills.
So you could make something like this work.
Yeah, I can make something like this work.
Well, that's a relief. I bought it this morning.
Oh, you did what?
Of course she did.
Who's gonna run this place, Beth?
I'll explain that tomorrow.
Well, you have opportunities now.
Hello?
What now? What now?
Morning, baby.
What now?
Funeral home called. He's ready.
Okay. Not a new death. Okay.
Well, when do you want to do it?
Today.
How fast can you dig a hole?
Give me a couple hours. You just tell me where.
Beside my mother.
I know who she's not calling.
Linnell?
Oh, she's calling Linnell. Okay, but we also know who she's not calling.
Does everyone know where they're going?
Ethan and I hired on down to the end bar.
Oh, that's a good outfit. Ryan,
Think I'm just gonna wander for a bit.
wandering don't pay so good. Here you go.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Severance.
I just got a favor to ask.
What do you need?
Gotta dig a hole. Another hole to bury something else in.
They'll never be able to find them. And if they do, they'll never be able to get them.
So how quickly will it take them to replace them, though? That's my question.
Monica, I must say, your husband has me curious.
You and me both.
Not even the wife knows.
Had a feeling it was Thomas getting this offer.
Should I stay inside?
Affects you too, buddy.
'Cause your name's on the will.
We call this East Camp. Doesn't connect with the ranch except through the BLM lease. East Camp's not big enough to run a whole outfit over here, and it's too big for one man to cover, so my grandfather shut it down. It's big enough for us. My family can't afford the inheritance tax on the ranch. You can't afford to buy it.
Only corporations have the money to buy your land.
Unless.
When my ancestors came here, land sold for $1.25 an acre. Back when it was your land. And that's the price I offer you. Under two conditions. The East Camp I keep for my family, and you can never develop the Yellowstone, and you can never sell it.
Such a great expression.
I made a promise to your father once that I would one day have this land, and I would return it to the state that man found it. That would remove any evidence that he had been here.
Oh, the house gone. Wait.
I'm sure he took it as a threat.
Except for the graveyard, hopefully.
And at the time, that's how I meant it. That your people are buried in that land. And so are mine. That it's sacred. And that's how we will treat it.
That's all I ask.
Drop that deal now. Ink, cashier's check. Here we go. Oh, he's gonna do a blood oath.
This knife.
Went just like side of the finger work.
Where's my blood?
Oh, they're not gonna draw up a legal contract yet. They're gonna go old school.
This knife, where's mine?
Have we seen this knife before? This knife seems familiar.
We are brothers now. To each other.
Mo's taken off right quick. He's rejoicing.
They're free now.
It's not done yet. It's not done yet. Here comes the phone call that says you're not done yet.
I can't cowboy here. I'd rather not do it at all.
Well, brother, if you change your mind, our door is always open.
Anything else to do around here?
As soon as we fill this hole, We're done.
The literal final nail in the coffin.
As both the state of Montana and my family reel from the loss of our governor and my father, our suffering is compounded with new evidence that indicates foul play in the death of John Dutton. Empirical evidence screams a connection. My father's death is more than...
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
To wrest from the unjust your liberty, and to return to you your freedom.
As you are not invited to the funeral of this man you are revering right now.
I'll drive down.
Walking down is tradition, Beth. Your family's been doing it for 120 years.
I do not need ceremony to highlight the magnitude of this moment.
Everyone's ready when you are.
She seems pretty mad.
Some people deal with death differently.
Oh. So she's going without you? I was so afraid somebody was going to be on the other side of that door with a weapon. Because again, who knows with this show. And we got one last tune from Walker. Thomas got an invite.
I was there when you called. I hope you don't mind.
You're his protector now. Why would I mind? You made me promise not to sell an inch. And I hope that you understand that this is me keeping it. I'm gonna let you rest now, Daddy.
So we started with the death of Lee, and now we're ending with the final resting of John. Very full circle. Very full circle. This better go off well and no surprise attacks.
You okay? Do you just want to watch from here?
I don't want to watch it all.
Did Carter attend the funeral of his father or just left him in the hospital and that was it? Remember.
Lay this upon him and say goodbye.
I think I'll say something else.
Jeez. I'm not selling to you or anyone. This could go anyway.
I will avenge you.
That tracks. That tracks. Yep. Oh, and she's gonna go right now.
You and me. I will protect this for you and for all our relations.
I think Rip has had the easiest relationship with John.
We have people who will do that.
No, I'll do it.
It's just symbolic. It's just in case the family wants to lay the first bit of earth down.
Well, it ain't symbolic today. Today, this shovel works.
Would you like me to stay?
No, I think we're about prayed out. If he ain't already in heaven, then he ain't going, or there ain't one.
And this is how Rip deals with grief. She's not gonna do it in the middle of Jamie giving his address, is she? She has a ranch to work with her husband. She needs to think about. She's making this up close and personal.
Thank you. I want you to know I'll take care of your daughter. You have my word. I'll try and love her the same way that she loved you.
It's complicated. Where you going, honey?
Where's she going? Hell, I don't know.
Now, with respect to those attempting to invent a false narrative that involves me and Miss Atwood in a sexual relationship, I would like to point out that knowingly spreading disinformation is obstruction of justice, and my office will be treating it as such. Thank you very much for your time.
No questions? He's not taking any questions.
I beat you out of this place.
You did.
Who'd have thought?
Who'd have thought?
Take care of yourself. No more holes in you.
Ryan was my favorite.
Get in. I know where she's going. Go.
Nobody's concerned. That Rip just took off.
No, I need you to pull the car over.
I can't do that.
Pull over the fucking car!
You're worried about me, so I'm gonna let the yelling slide.
There's got to be another way, all right? We can come up with a plan.
I have a plan. You're a big part of it, so speed up, would you?
What?
The last thing I will ever say to my father was making this promise. I'm gonna keep it.
As well as the death of Sarah Atwood, which appears to be connected.
Beth wouldn't go after Jamie's son, would she?
At a time we find ourselves without a leader needs to rise, and one did.
Sure did.
For now. For now. Oh, is this the same stops? The same four-way stop Sarah Bennett? He didn't look across the street. He didn't look across the street. He didn't look across the street. Wow. 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 Wow.
What did I say?
Wow. She's just... Now, Beth, you're not making this look like an accident of any sort.
But when I make one, I fucking keep it.
See, Beth, this is what happens when you don't have a plan. You just go in. Blech. I thought he had turned a corner, but I was wrong. Ew.
This part of your plan?
We knew this was a fight a long time in coming, but...
Now I call the police. Then I'll bring charges against you for the murder of our father and for Sarah. And you will fucking take every bit of it without a peep. You don't even have to worry about the inheritance tax on the ranch anymore because the class action lawsuit's gonna take every inch of that place. And then you can sit back and watch me turn it into the most desirable recreation destination in America from your 8x8 cell in Deer Lodge.
We sold the ranch.
What? Nobody can afford that ranch, Beth.
Sold it for $1.25 an acre.
Why would you? Who?
The reservation. Your face. All your dreams. Just fucking gone.
You did what? You did what? You did what?
And this is also Jamie not thinking that if he hurts Beth, Rip's going to definitely come after him. This is so messy. Well, this is how Jamie committed his first murder, right?
You know what you're about to become?
Another victim.
Another one of this family's secrets.
See, Rip comes in wearing gloves because he has experience in this.
Look at me. I'm gonna be the last thing you ever fucking see.
This isn't daylight. Broad daylight.
Sit.
Better make sure he's dead. You better make sure he is dead.
I don't know how we're gonna hide this one.
Train station.
I don't need to hide anything. It's part of the plan.
I don't see a plan here, Beth.
You will, baby. You saved me again. I love you.
So hi. Well, you got Lloyd there with the truck. None of your neighbors are going to notice. I don't know if I would notice if my neighbor was dragging a body out.
Congratulations. You just made the worst land deal since my people sold Manhattan. But look at Manhattan and what it's become. Then look at your ranch. It'll never change.
Till the house falls down and the barn falls down.
I'm free.
You've always been free. This is closure. This is forgiveness.
Closure.
Free from this.
100+ years of Dutton's being the livestock commissioner. The wolf. The wolf takes the badge.
What's he digging for there?
A den. Building a home. Guess he likes it here too.
I love how Thomas and Mo, no matter what beef they had with John, always treated Casey like family, no matter what. Okay, Detective Dillard. It's Dillard, right? Whose all blood are they gonna find?
She came here after their father's funeral, which he chose not to attend, confronted him about it, accused him of involvement in their father's death. He started beating her, tried to fight him off. He got her on her back and punched her until she was unconscious. Woke up, he was gone. Says she doesn't remember the house being as torn up as it is, but she's pretty woozy.
And they're gonna find shredded up documents in Jamie. Totally forgot his name for half a second. Jamie's closet, huh?
You said he lied during his speech household.
He was sleeping with that attorney. I saw her here. If I were you, I would be looking for LLCs in her name. I would be looking for large wire transfers to numbered offshore accounts. Sarah Atwood is the bitch that paid for it. My brother is the piece of shit that ordered it.
I need to get her on the road. The right lung presents punctured, and her extracranial hematoma is grade 3.
Is she concussed?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Pretty lucid for a concussion.
All right, let's get her going.
A lot of practice, buddy.
Did you not hear about the bomb she was in? Oh, I guess the rape. They hid though.
He struck me as a man with something to hide.
He just summed up his entire life.
Start searching the house. One last trip to the train station. They're not gonna need the train station anymore, are they? Are they gonna put the whole car in the train station?
Let's go.
They wrapped them up pretty good. That's a grade A class wrapping job there. And I just now realized Jamie is buried next to his daddy. Light 'em up, 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 light 'em up, up, up. This is a old school season 1 and 2 Rip, isn't it? We haven't seen this side of Rip for a while. Now go to the hospital where your wife is, because I think they would be expecting it. And hopefully you don't smell like petrol when you get there.
Lewis and Clark County has filed aggravated assault and domestic violence charges against Attorney General Jamie Dutton, whose vehicle was found by authorities in central Idaho.
They found the car.
The vehicle was intentionally set on fire in what appears to be an attempt to destroy evidence.
Here's your smoothie.
Oh, thank you. What are those?
For the pain. It's oxycodone.
Yeah, I'm not taking that shit.
I'll talk to the doctor about something milder.
Can you pass me that purse?
Yeah.
Please?
She's making her own smoothie. How about turning over a new leaf here, Beth? Starting fresh.
I can't wait to ride one of them blade aces.
You can't wait to what? The fuck did you just say? I thought I told you to get a book on speaking English.
I listened to it the whole way at me.
Good to see you, Teeter.
Yeah, you too. Till I fucking die on the back of a horse named Main Killer.
He's a sweet horse.
The fuck are you smiling about?
It's a good day, sir.
Yeah? For who? Not that horse you're on. Jesus Christ, you've been jackhammering his back all fucking morning.
Yes, sir.
He's got a little bit of home now with him.
Just one.
Mm-hmm.
All I got left is standing room.
That's all he needs. That's all he needs.
Where do y'all learn that? Drape yourself like a scarecrow and it somehow looks cool?
Called 14 hours a day in the saddle.
It's good to see you.
I made a
Is
mistake.
it? Is it now?
Picked the wrong thing.
If John hadn't died, you still would be there.
Thought you were playing your Super Bowl.
I did, and we lost.
You'll write poems about a horse, but you can't tell a woman how you feel.
You want to know how I feel?
Yeah, I do.
You are my Super Bowl.
Explain to me what that means.
Yes, please.
It means that when I'm laying under the stars in West Texas tonight, all I can think about is you.
And just like that. Because I probably would too.
Let me introduce you to Life on a Bus.
I'll take it.
John hadn't died, he'd still be in Texas, ranching away with it. Was the bunkhouse? Was that the bunkhouse? Was that an empty bunkhouse? Okay, so question. Do you leave the house as it is? Or do you burn it to the ground? Yep, here comes the theme song. So another question. Is it better to get fully away like everybody else is? Or can you be Casey and Monica living next door to history? Your family history. Yep. Don't even go in that room.
Do you want anything from the office? Something personal?
I've spent my whole life trying to get away from this place. Seems silly to cling to its things now.
But someday Tate might want them, or at least to know his story. It's a story worth remembering.
And the sight's coming down. Right. Right.
We figured that you would want this.
I think I might,
burn it.
I'm gonna start my own brand.
All right, well, we'll keep it at our place. And if you change your mind, just let me know.
I won't.
They're tearing the house down. They're really, truly tearing this house down. And smudging. I don't think there is enough sage to smudge this property. Yeah, kids, I'd be careful. You don't know what's in these fields.
You did it.
I didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Creator did it.
Good fortune smiled upon you, sir. No, 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 no. That's no.
Stop! They protected this land. They died for this land, and this land is where they'll stay. Go back.
You don't touch any burial ground of any sort. Elsa, they knocked over Elsa's.
141 years ago, my father was told of this valley, and here's where we stayed, 7 generations. My father was told they would come for this land, and he promised to return it. Nowhere was that promise written, but somehow lived in the spirit of this place. But some men pay dearly for the privilege of its stewardship. They will suffer and sacrifice to live off it and live with it. And if they falter, find another willing to keep the promise.
So what's Beth gonna do? What possible job could she get with her resume?
I'll tell you, the grass here is good. About as good as I've ever seen.
Cowboys are the only people on earth to get excited about grass.
When it's not poisoned.
You seem happy. I'm getting happy.
Good.
There's a bar in town. Went there for lunch. I asked the bartender about tourists, and he just laughed at me. I said, well, do tourists pass through here? And he said, yeah, they pass through, but we don't let them stop.
Sounds like my kind of place.
And loving the cowboy ways, I burned up my childhood days. I learned all the rules.
So I guess that's a happily ever after. In a sense, it's so weird, and it'll take a while for me to process where we started, where we went back to, where we've ended, and then where we're gonna go in the middle. Especially when, and it hit me when the house was empty and Rip and Lloyd were taking down the sign of the blood that was shed to keep the Dutton name and the ranch going was out of control. And then how all of a sudden, that's gone. That's gone. Will they ever have to kill or be killed just to work the land? Gone. Enforcer Rip, not needed anymore. The death of Jamie Dutton. It's kind of like how this whole last half of the season has been, which was quick. We weren't really given a whole lot of time to steep in things. And it's been a very tumultuous, for me personally, pacing. Balance of that pacing. Like, we weren't spending too much time. Like, that investigation could have taken forever. Beth's vengeance, forever. And they got to it really quick. But when Jamie died, he got stabbed. She says, you're the last person you're going to see. He slumps over. Maybe it was the way the camera was facing, but he just, and it was, there you go, the death of Jamie Dutton. This major player who at the beginning, you had a feeling things weren't going to go for him the way he wanted. He was always wishy-washy. And he was a character whom at the beginning I thought could be really interesting because he was not outwardly the cowboy guy. He was the suit. And what I was hoping was that Jamie would, in the suit, become the cowboy guy. But then they made it where he wasn't even John's son. Wishy-washy continued. Sniveling. Ramped up. So that never took place. Which I would have been interesting to see that story. Casey was always just thrown into wherever. As soon as Pops called him in episode 1, he never really had that much control. Like, as much as he tried to get out, the ranch kept roping him back in. And then Beth. Tornado Beth. So I kind of feel odd about the ending. So, and maybe it is because it kind of 4 or 5 seasons with, you know, Kevin Costner, John Dutton doing everything to keep it together. And then all of a sudden in 4 or 5 episodes that collapsed. On the one hand, it's fascinating because that's how life works. At any time, John could have been taken out by anything. He could have had an aneurysm, dropped dead, and all those plans just... It's just interesting to see it in a television series. So it's a little anticlimactic, especially when we saw how the Duttons got there. We never saw how Yellowstone got founded, because that's not where 1883 left off. It wasn't the founding of Yellowstone. It was them just getting to the land and why they were at that land. 1923 didn't have any, really, I'm not counting John, of the characters from 1883. So it was a whole bunch of group of people with a place that was established because of this series. I'm guessing from what the little I've seen of season 2, some of the traditions we saw in Yellowstone, the branding, the train station, now we're going to see how those began. And it was the actual lore of the ranch itself and the traditions and the hierarchies and that business. Those are always my favorite parts of this series, was when they were just working the ranch. The dynamics of the cowboys, the fights that were both good and ill, the Lloyd Walker beat down over Laramie. That was what I always found interesting. All that other, the California developer guy, Dan Jenkins, Josh Hollowell, all of that was just kind of, to me, it was more of a rich people doing richy things, which I don't, It was the ranch I like. So now seeing the ranch get taken down shingle by shingle. Was it going to happen? Yes. I just didn't think so quick. And I hope you understand what I meant by quick. Boom. That's how our story went. Boom. Done. Okay. We have reached the end of the trail, y'all. And everybody also dissipating. They were family. They were bonded in trauma. Leaves in the wind. Ooh. So my question to you all, was this a satisfying ending? And was it satisfying knowing that we're going to go back to 1923? Or does it make you feel weird? Right now I feel a little odd about that. I kind of just want it done. So yeah, let me know how you felt about this last half of the season, what you felt about the finale. And while you're at it, hit subscribe so you know when the next video drops, because I will be watching 1923 there's a whole bunch of stuff dropping soon, and I want you there with me for those adventures. So until next time we see each other, breathe, stretch your bodies. The holiday season is over, so have a vegetable, have your protein, and then come back and watch the next video in the queue. So thanks again, y'all, and until next time.